most important thing for me growing up was just the passion. I think that's what really made me want to play the game, was just for your coaches. And when your coach is as passionate as Mr. Green was at school, it makes it easy to play for someone like that. He was happy to put in extra work outside of training, which I think is massively important for any coach, which it just makes you want to play for him and play for the side as well.
He gave me that freedom to play my game, and I think that's the biggest thing, is just giving me the freedom to implement myself within a game plan and try and help the best I can.
Mike's always been there, and you've always supported me, pushed it. You introduced me into the game. Your love of the game flowed into me, and I'm here now, and you've always been there, so thanks for that.
Well, it's kind of you to say so, but I think the game was in you before I got involved with it. I was just there, able to give you a ball and give you a chance to run around.
It feels brilliant. Knowing that you were a very small part in Anthony's development is a bit of a privilege, and it's great to see, and you feel a fair bit of pride when you see him out there.
Well, I don't know if it shouted England quality, but his enthusiasm was the big thing. You just loved being out there running about after the ball and kicking the ball, and probably there's a little bit of a toss-up between rugby and wrestling, but I think
it's an amazing thing to do. You make a massive impact on players' lives, on the youth. If you can do it and give it 100%, then you'll get the rewards like I have, having Billy play for England and running lots of teams of boys enjoying rugby. It's great.
Take it up, because you have an awful lot of fun, and look what can happen. You can end up as an England national and can't get any better than that.
So thinking about your time when you were a junior player, what was the best piece of coaching advice you were given?
I think it's probably two things. I think the importance of communication was one thing I had to learn pretty quickly. I think in a team game, it's massively important to be able to communicate and how effective it is in getting the best out of your teammates. And then the second thing for me was just enjoyment. Being enthusiastic when you play and just trying to get the best out of everyone. When you're getting on with your teammates and you're having fun is when you're playing the best rugby and enjoying it the most.
Enjoyment's very important. Huh?
Absolutely, 100%.
So Billy, is there one principle that sort of drives you as a player?
I think before the game you just understand the job you do for the team. I think working hard comes with the territory of playing rugby, and you have your job to do. You go searching to do that. Like myself, I like to carry the ball. You know your place, and you try and do your best for the team to help them out.
So Ben, do you think height is still a restrictive factor in the modern, quicker game?
No, I don't. I think the great thing about rugby, it's always been about all shapes and sizes. I think, of course, we've had that generation of huge backs and huge wingers. Wales still got them now with Cuthbert and obviously George North, but I really think that it doesn't matter what size you are, if you've got the ability and skills level of someone like George Ford or Carl Eastman, who are very short guys and aren't the broadest blokes, but if you've got the skill ability, it outweighs probably the bigger ability.
I think the biggest thing for me from today is that every player that's reached elite level has behind them a whole series of coaches who've got them there. And the relationship between them and their coaches is a big part of what's got them there.
The biggest thing they got was the enthusiasm that everybody in the game has, and if you can instill that into the youngsters, then it just keeps them coming back on a Sunday morning, irrespective of what the weather's like.
Ben Youngs was inspiring today, just to hear his journey. I'm from the East Midlands, so to hear his journey with his coach and to hear about him when he was a junior.
I think Billy Vunipola was probably the most inspiring. He's very grounded. He wants to see coaches at ground level supporting the game of rugby.
We spend a lot of time telling kids and youth that the elite level is really difficult to get to and it's almost impossible. But actually the one thing you take back to coaching is that bit about it is possible, and that might inspire them to do better, be better, play better, work harder.